Hey guys, this is Jay here. Kind of want to run through a little bit of my process of making my refractory lining cement here. And basically, I just start out with my sodium silicate, and then in this jars I got my 50-50 mix between my sandblasting abrasive and magnesium silicate. Now those haven't checked any of the other videos. The sandblasting abrasive I'm using is a 40-60 mixture, 40% aluminum oxide, 60% graphite. Time will tell on how well that sandblasting abrasive will hold up to high temps, but I just basically mix it in. It's just consistency that I'm looking for anyway on a mix here, just so it's kind of like a halfway decently thick cake frosting, and just keep on mixing it up. I'm gonna have to add quite a bit more in there. Now it seems a little bit whiter than my last batch, but after a while the magnesium silicate will actually start blending in below the surface with the sodium silicate, and then the graphite and aluminum oxide will sit out on the top. It's just the magnesium silicate will bond more with the sodium silicate, and the exposed sandblasting material will be more towards the outside, at least what you can see. At least on the last mix. This mix, I might have a little more magnesium silicate in it, so just depending on how well I got it blended together. Trying to get a little thicker than that. I might have got a little over emphatic on that mix, but just keep mixing it up until it's halfway decently thick. If you get it too thick, this stuff will harden up pretty quickly. Oh, I've seen other people use like plaster of Paris on the mix. It's like I didn't want to take the chance, because from all the videos I've seen where people use plaster of Paris in other applications, it seemed like it was a little too brittle at high temps, and it ended up breaking down rather quickly. So I decided not to use any plaster of Paris in with the lining cement, and just what little bit of wateriness to the actual cement I just put up with. It may take a little longer to set up compared to the rest, but I don't want to be too pressed for time either. And I'm just making sure this is well blended. I don't really want any clumps of magnesium silicate in there. because from what I've seen, it seems like the sandblasting abrasive, the graphite and aluminum oxide mixes up real well, and the magnesium silicate seems like it's more the one that'll clump up out of the compounds that you're blending together. So just trying to get nice smooth consistency out of it. And as you can see, my little container, it spins around a little bit with it. At least that kind of keeps you moving around in the bowl. Now I flipped over my ring for the top. Got a little bit of my mesh sticking through, but I figure I'll seal it out. So this is a little thinner than I normally make, but it'll harden up halfway decently in a matter of time. So I just smooth it out. When it starts setting up, you'll start noticing it'll start getting the darker look, and it'll look more like a real dark sandpaper to the surface. So I'm just kind of globbing it on, then smoothing it out. Now I still got to coat my crucible bottom over there, so as soon as I get the bottom of this coated, I'll switch over to the crucible. Then I'll let both of them sit for a little while, and then I'll focus on the center. Now I'm just, based on the fact that this piece is going to be, this part of the bottom is going to be sitting on top of the refractory furnace, there is the reason why I'm going to coat the entire bottom. I'm probably only going to, I might coat a little bit of the outer wall on here, but the majority of the heat is going to be concentrated on the bottom and in the center. And then depending on how I'm heating up my crucibles, I'm going to plan on lining a little bit of the top side. Although I kind of like the look of the bucket, I might just coat the whole top just for the sake of doing it, because I just like the way it looks. So I just keep spreading it out until I get fully coated. And you got an idea what the somewhat finished product looks like, but that's how I go about it on here. I got my alumina in nice 25-pound bag, and hopefully tomorrow, if there isn't too much ice outside, I'll be able to work on making the forms for my outer furnace walls for my larger furnace. So this is Jay signing off. Later.